Hey guys, it is Sequoia from Sequoia's Journey. I am glad you all are back. If you are new time subscribers, hey, I didn't get a chance to welcome you all to my channel. I have been absent. I've had a bit of a block, but I am back. So I hope you guys do not mind me filming from my car today. It seems like every time I got ready to film this video at home, something came up and it just wasn't happening. So I hope you guys don't mind that, and don't mind my hair because it is raining today. It started raining what, 2 days ago? So yeah, I am transitioning, so my hair looks a hot mess. So I hope you guys don't mind me filming in my car, doing a content video in my car. This video today is going to be the pros and cons of working from home. A little bit of a background story. I graduated high school, of course. I have my bachelor's degree in psychology, and I am currently working on my master's in psychology as well. For the job that I have now, I've been home for about 8 months now. I started off in a call center for the same company that I work for. I started off as a temp in June of 2015, and after a certain amount, I think it's 90 days, you can apply out to become permanent. So when my 90 days hit, I started to apply out for permanent positions. I got a permanent position in the same call center. I was just doing something else because another girl left, so I took her spot, and it was only one person doing what she did, and I think it was it's called Cobra, but I no longer do that. I then moved to another position for home health and hospice. That was a fairly new position that they came up with, and shortly after that, everybody that was in home health and hospice, they did away with that contract. Sorry guys, trying to get the camera to focus. They did away with that contract, so they split everybody up between it was Part A and Part B Medicare. Yeah, they split us up between that. I then started to look for other jobs. I was on that job, well, how long was I on that one? Okay, I was a temp for a year before I applied out. So let's take that back. So like I was saying, I applied for a permanent position when my 90 days hit. The company that I work for, it does take a little minute for them to hire people, so I wasn't hired immediately, but I was hired for a permanent position. It was with the same call center, and then I started to look for higher paying positions. So they came up with a home health and hospice contract. So I applied for that, and I got that position. I was on that position a year, and then they decided to do away with that contract. So with that, instead of laying all of us off, they split the team that I was on. They split us between Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B. So we didn't have to basically, we didn't lose our jobs. Basically, they let go a lot of the temps at the time to put us in their positions. So I did that for a year, and started trying to find something to do from home, because that job, I was absolutely miserable. Like I said, it was a call center. I don't take people talking to me any kind of way lightly. And we were only talking to providers at the time. We weren't talking to any members. We were only talking to the doctors. So I applied for the job that I have now. I applied for this job in November of 2017, and I did not get a call back until February of 2018. So I have been on this job for a year and some change now. You have to be in-house for 6 months before they send you home. So I wasn't exactly going home within that 6 months because they did have a back order on computers to send people home. So it took me a while. Like I said, I got the call in February. I didn't go home until December of 2018. So I have been at home since December of 2018, and it is now July. So yeah, so that will put me at 7 months. At the end of this month, I would have been home. I did tell you guys I have my bachelor's in psychology and I'm working on my master's. So overall, I do like being home. Like I said, I'll get into pros and cons of working from home, but overall I do enjoy being home. So I'm filming from the camera today because I have the notes in my phone. And you guys, I'm sorry if I look real light on the camera. It's going in and out, and I guess because it's raining, but this is like my 6th time trying to adjust the settings and it's not working. So I have to film from the camera because my notes are on my phone. So the first pro that I have for working from home would be that it allows me more time to spend with my family. It is the summertime, so majority of the time I'll do I'll do majority of my hours early in the morning while my family is sleeping. And if I don't finish out my day early, then I only have to do maybe about 2-3 hours at night while everybody's winding down. So that does give me more time to spend with my family. Another pro is basically I make my own schedule. So normally I will start at about 4 or 4:30 in the morning. We do have a lady on our team that starts at 3 or 3:30. So I'm trying to decide if I want to up that time, if it's going to be easier for me to get up at 2:30 in the morning and start then. But since I've been home, I start at between 4 and 4:30. While the youngest one was in school, because you guys know I have I have 2 stepsons. My oldest stepson is he'll be a sophomore in college this year, and then our youngest will be a sophomore in high school. So when I initially came home, I was only taking the youngest one to school. So I would work from 4, like I said, between 4 and 4:30 in the morning, and I would take a break at 7:45, take him to school. His school is maybe 10-15 minutes tops from our house. Come back and work until about 2:30, and then be done for the day. So I have been continuing to do that even though they're out. Well, even though our youngest is out for the summer. Well, I say they because they're both out. I just have to take Trey to work. So I will start at 4, still between 4 and 4:30. And basically it's the same thing because I start at 4, but I start between 4 and 4:30. I will take a break again at 7:45, take Trey to work, come back and get back on the computer, unless we have an appointment or I'm just not feeling good that day, whatever the situation is. But 98% of the time my start time is between 4 and 4:30. I briefly mentioned the next pro, and that would be it's easy for me to schedule appointments around my work time. So, well, I said that wrong. It's easy for me to schedule my work time around appointments, there you go. So if my wife has an appointment in the morning, she usually schedules hers early in the morning so that we're like the first there, and once we come back, I'm back on the computer if I haven't gotten on my normal time. Same thing with the boys. They've had their yearly checkups. Trey just had an orthodontist appointment, and they both have eye appointments coming up. So I will schedule my work schedule around their appointments. So that is another pro. I'm not really a people person. I'm not gonna say I'm not a people person. I don't do well with conversing. So you guys will probably be shocked by that because I am behind the camera right now. But I don't do well with everyday conversing with people. So me working from home is a definite plus because I do not have to be bothered by anybody. I very rarely get questions and emails for the certain project that I'm working on. I very rarely get questions. I do have to, however, when they do hire new people, I do have to go in to train these people. So yeah, other than that, I'm not really bothered during the day. Another pro that I have would be my main focus for wanting to come home was because my wife and I are in the process of starting businesses, and I put an S on that because it's more than one. So me working from home and the hours that I work, it gives me time to, well, it gives us time to focus on our businesses. So you guys will see those coming up very soon. Another pro that I have is the convenience. I don't have to travel, even though my job is only 10, not 10, yeah, maybe, if the traffic is not bad, it's 10 to 15 minutes from my house. I've noticed that everything that we are surrounded by is within that 10-15 minute mark, so it is convenient for me not to have to travel. And it's convenient because I can work in my pajamas if I choose to, which most likely I am in pajamas because I start, like I said, when everybody is asleep. So convenience is one. Another one would be saving money. I guess this kind of goes in hand with the convenience one because I'm saving money on gas, clothes, sorry y'all, saving money on gas, clothes, food, and car maintenance. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to buy all of these business, casual, professional clothes because I'm home. And even when I do go into the office to train, my job has these special collared shirts, so I can just dress up a collared shirt and call it a day. But being that I work from home, it is saving me money on gas. Like I said, I don't have to travel. On food, I don't have to go out and buy lunch. I have food in my house. And like I said, car maintenance, because the car is not really on the road how it would be if I was working in office. And the last pro that I have would be that I feel like I am more productive because I'm always working. Even when I'm supposed to be on a little break, I'm constantly checking my emails, constantly checking the report. So I feel like I'm more productive working from home. Now we're going to move to the cons. First con that I have would be, I don't know if a lot of people feel like this, but sometimes I feel a little guilty or non-productive because I feel like if I want to say I want to take a nap or something, I kind of feel guilty for taking a nap because I feel like I really should be working. So even though if I was in office, I wouldn't necessarily take a nap. Well, I would, because we have an hour break. If you're working in-house, you have an hour break. So That's 30 minutes to eat, 30 minutes to take a nap, or however you want to break it up. Most times I wouldn't eat because they let you eat at your desk. So I would kind of come in my car and take a nap there. But of course, I knew when to get up and when to go back in. But now that I'm home, I don't know why, but I do feel a little bit guilty for taking a little nap or taking a little stop break, even though everybody needs one. Don't ask me why, but I do. And another con that I have is there is no definite start or stop time. Now, when you're in the office, your start time is 8 o'clock, your end time is 5 o'clock. When you're at home, your start time could be whenever you feel like starting, and your stop time, it has to be before 11:59 p.m. We know that, but it's no definite I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna end here. Some days you fluctuate, so that would be a con for me. Another con that I have is sometimes I become easily overwhelmed and burnt out. Sorry for the air, y'all. It's a little hot in this car. Even though I'm working from home, I can easily become overwhelmed. It seems like overwhelmed and burnt out, because it seems like the more that I push out, the more that they give me back. So I don't know if you guys follow our family channel. If you don't, it's a blended dream. It's on the bottom of the screen, and it's also in my description box. I've talked about it, how we've had some people to leave, and with them leaving, their workload fell on top of me along with my workload. So this lady that just recently left, she had over 50 pages of stuff that she sent for review, and it's just been sitting there, and those entries needed to be closed. So you guys are probably saying, oh, that's only 50 pages. 50 pages, and each page contains 15 entries. So you guys do the math. So on top of her entries, there's another system that I'm in, and I also have her workload from there. So it seems like the more I push out, the more they put on me. So that could be a pro and a con in the same sense, because the more I'm pushing out, the more they see that I'm productive, but yet the more that they push on me, I'm getting burnt out. So it could be a pro and a con in the same thing. But and the last con that I have would be the disconnect from coworkers. Even though, like I said earlier, I'm not really a people person per se. Well, I'm not really a converser. I don't like to converse. You do feel a little disconnected when you go into the office and you see all these new faces, because I'm so used to certain people being there in their seats and they're not there anymore. So you kind of don't know what's going on, why people left. You don't know that. Guys, I thought of one more con, and that con would be that since you are always working, sorry, camera need to focus. Since I'm always working, I have a tendency to forget or mix up my days. Sometimes I think it's the weekend and it's really not. It'd be like the beginning of the week. So that is a definite con for me, because I'm always constantly on the go, constantly doing something for the job. So yeah, you lose sense of time and days. So that is another con. That is it for my pros and cons of working from home. I do thank you guys for sitting with me through this video, even though it is done in the car. I don't like for content videos to be done in the car. This will be the first and the last. Well, I can't speak that, because if I need to get a video done, I need to get a video done. So this is not gonna be the last. But I do thank you guys for your support. I thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.